physio session. My name is Hannah, if you haven't joined before, and this is Akari. She is dressed as a queen today for the Jubilee, and this cactus is echoing everything I'm saying. So welcome to our session, and today you will need, as usual, a nice soft mat or something for your baby to lie on. Toys, really easy ones to knock over, like a tower, or we've got a water bottle or a rainmaker. Some flat toys is always good as well, like a mirror, a book or something like that, and maybe some pillows as well, or some towels that you can roll up. So I'll just give you a couple of minutes to just to get those things if you don't have them, or to join us, and then we will start. Are you ready? Yeah? So the first thing we'll be starting with is with your baby lying on the floor and facing you. And I'm going to make sure I can read all the comments. We can say hi to people. Okay, so we're going to have your baby lying on the soft floor and facing you with their feet towards you, and we want bare feet for the first one. You ready? Yeah, you are. And it will be very interesting today because you need a nap now, don't you? So we will see how we get on, but we might be substituting baby for a sloth at some point. But hopefully we'll be fine. So I'll give you all a couple more minutes and then we'll get started. So if anyone is just joining us, you just need a nice soft surface for your baby to lie on. Some toys, especially ones that you can knock over, like Skittles. We have a water bottle here. And flat toys as well, like a mirror or a book to read. Some towels that you can roll up, or cushions. And of course a muslin if your baby might be sick. So we're going to get started in a minute, and first thing we're doing is baby lying on the floor with feet facing towards you and in bare feet. So we're going to have to take your shoes and socks off. You ready? We're going to come and have a lie on the floor. And it's just going to be a little warm up this morning. I'm just going to move this camera a little bit so we can see everyone. There we go. Okay, so mums and dads, if any dads are joining, just remember to keep your back nice and straight and bend from your hips. With all of this, that really helps to look after your back and save you from any backache, which I'm sure you probably already have if you have a little one. So we're going to take shoes and socks off. And this first warm-up exercise is to get our bodies moving, get us ready for exercise, and to wake up all of those little nerves on our skin. And that is why we really want to have bare feet for this one. And it's also encouraging babies to bring their hands to their feet. This is a really, really important skill for motor development and body awareness and motor planning as well. So we're going to be doing head, shoulders, knees and toes to start with, and you're going to help your baby do head, shoulders, and then knees and toes by bringing one leg up. So we'll do one hand the first time and one hand the second time, and we'll do it 4 times in total. Are you ready? Yes, you're ready. Okay, so ready, we're going to have our hands, and we're going to go head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And we're going to do it again, and this time the other hand on the other foot. So if you're noticing, I'm doing opposite hand and opposite foot. And you can really, really stop on toes if you've got a very, very young baby who's just finding their feet for the first time. You can stop and just let your baby hold their foot for the first time. Don't worry about keeping up in time with us. Ready, and head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Well done, really good job. We're going to do it 2 more times, one side and then the other side, and then we're going to move on to our next one. Ready, head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And last time, doing a really good job everyone. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And let your baby play with their foot, especially if it's the first time. It's a really, really good activity to get them bending their legs and get them used to body awareness. And they're basically learning for the first time that their feet belong to them, which is a really good skill to have. Right, the next one is mums, you need to be sitting on something like a sofa, or dad, whoever's doing it. And you need your feet to be a little bit high up. So I'm just going to come on my tiptoes. You can do it however you like, but basically you need your knees to be higher than your waist. So if you've got short legs, then you might need to get like a book or a box or something to put them on. But it's quite easy to just go up on your tiptoes. I'm going to move this camera up a little bit. And let me just see if I'm in it. Yep, that's great. So this next one, I'm going to demonstrate it and talk about it before I do it, so you can have a little break while you're waiting. We're going to have your child sitting on the very, very edge of your knees and facing you. And this is a really, really good core workout for your baby. We're working on their trunk and their sitting ability and all of these little muscles inside their back and their balance as well. You're going to hold your baby, if they're very, very young and not sitting yet, you might want to hold them around their trunk. If they're a little bit older and starting to work on sitting, at their shoulders. If they're almost at sitting, you can hold them at their arms. And if they're very nearly there, you can even do it at their hands. But don't do anything that you don't feel safe doing. So make sure that your baby is perfectly able to do it. And we're going to do jelly on a plate, jelly on a plate, and when we do wibble wobble, you're going to bring one leg up and one down, and this is going to give them a really good core workout. And when you wobble them this way, then they're going to have to really work on these muscles here to be able to stay up and in the middle. And then when you wobble them this way, then they're going to work on these muscles here to bring themselves up and stay in the middle that way. Okay, so if you don't understand that, that's totally fine. We'll do it many, many times, and you can repeat it when you get it, or you can just rewind and follow this back in your own time. So Akari, we're going to have you sitting right on the edge of my lap here. I'm going to be holding her arms quite high up to start with, just so she can get used to it. And we're going to do bouncing with both legs together first. Jelly on a plate. Jelly on a plate, and then wibble wobble, jelly on a plate. There we go. And your child might slide forward, so just bring them back and put one leg either side of your knees. It might look like they're doing the splits, but it's totally fine. Babies' hips are very, very mobile. And we're going to do a few this time. So we're going to do jelly on your head. Jelly on your head, wibble wobble, jelly on your head. And on those wibble wobbles, do it really, really slowly. You don't need to keep up with us if you don't need to. It might take a while for your child to really bend back and up into the middle, and you want to wait for that response. So if you're doing it slower than us, that's absolutely fine. And if your child can already sit and you want to give them a really good workout, you can actually bring your hands all the way down to just their thighs. Obviously don't do this if your baby is like a curry or she's going to roll completely backwards. So only if your child can sit. Bring your hands all the way down to their thighs, or you might even be able to get down to their calves, but make sure you do whatever is safe. Right, ready? And I'm going to hold your hands again. Jelly on a plate, jelly on a plate. Wibble wobble, jelly on a plate. Right, let me see if I can remember some of the ones I learned when we were listening to some random YouTube one. Ready? Sausage in a pan, sausage in a pan. Sizzle, 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 bang. And what else was there? No, can't remember. We'll do another jelly one. Ready? We're going to do 3 more in total. You're doing really, really well, and go at your own pace. Remember, if you can't keep up, or if you need to go faster. Jelly on your tummy, jelly on your tummy, wibble wobble, wibble wobble, jelly on your tummy, jelly on your feet, jelly on your feet, wibble wobble, wibble wobble, jelly on your feet. And if you've got a younger baby who's not quite ready to sit, this is how you would hold them, either here or here if they're really, really young and they need full support. Jelly on your toes, jelly on your toes, wibble wobble, wibble wobble, jelly on your toes. Really good job everyone, well done, that's excellent. Okay, so give your baby a little rest, you can let them lie down. And this next one we're going to be doing some kneeling. So this is semi-kneeling because it's for very, very young babies. So you can use either a cushion or a rolled up towel. I'm going to be using a foam roller, but you want to roll up a towel in about the same as this, roughly. If your baby's bigger, then a little bit bigger. And this is almost like a tummy time / kneeling kind of exercise. So it's a little bit easier than tummy time because we're taking away some of that gravity. So tummy time on a flat surface is really hard, there's loads of gravity. So we're just increasing the angle and taking away some of that gravity, which will encourage our babies to bring their head all the way up. So after this, we're then going to do tummy time on a flat surface. So this should really, really wake up those neck muscles, those back muscles. We're going to start off with it nice and easy, and then when those muscles are all awake, it should be a little bit easier flat on the floor. Obviously, if your baby can't do that with reflux and things, don't worry at all. You can prop them up on a cushion. So you can just watch to start with if you like. So we're going to have the foam roller here, and we're going to have baby's arms in front, right over the front of the foam roller, and we are either going to distract your baby with singing, or you can use anything you like. You can use me on a screen. I'm not sure if that will be that much entertainment, but if your baby has not really done this before, if they're really, really young, only entertain them, because giving toys will be really, really frustrating because they won't be able to lift their head up and reach them. It will be really, really difficult. If your baby has done this many times, then we're going to give them a really easy toy to play with, not something to grasp because that's too much in one go. So something really easy, like to knock over, or a mirror to have a look in, or something very, very easy that just requires a swipe and not fine motor skills, which will be really difficult because we all know what it's like to multitask. So we're going to have baby over the foam roller, arms in front. You're going to bring your dress down. There we go. Now this is a relatively easy position. She's just on her knees, and we're going to have this here, and we're going to see if we can knock it over. Very good. Use any toy you like, just something, well done. Something that's really easy. Those tambourines with all the beads in, they're really good. Something that requires a tiny action and makes a really good effect, or bang or something. Well done. And again. Really good work. So let your baby just have a little bit of fun in this position. You want them almost at a 45-degree angle, and then we're going to progress it a little bit in a minute. Can you knock it over? So we want everything to be achievable, and that's why we're not starting off completely flat on the floor, because we don't want to upset any babies. We want everything we do to be achievable. Can you knock it over? I think eating the foam roller might be slightly more exciting than knocking it over. Shall I help you? Ready, steady, whoosh! Wow! Okay, now we're going to make it a little bit harder, and whatever you're using, towel, rolled up towel or pillow, we're just going to bring your baby over that little bit more. So now they're on their high up knees. And now there's a little bit more gravity working against them. I'm going to move that over here. Can you knock the tower over? Ready, steady. So you can see this is a little bit harder for Akari now. It's difficult for her to bring up her head, and she's getting a little bit annoyed. So stop at any time if your baby is getting angry. It's okay, is it? Can you knock it over? Can you knock it over? And really encourage your child to knock it over or do it for them. And it might also be better for you to be in front of your child as well. That might help them out a little bit more so they can see you. And that was a little bit too difficult for a curry, so you can see I've come back now to a much more upright angle because it's easier. I always want it to be achievable. I don't want her to be getting upset. Some things will be, you know, frustrating for kids, but we don't want to put them off. We don't want them to lose motivation. So that's why I always say really make things achievable. And if they can't knock the tower over, help them do it yourself. Ready, steady, knock it over, well done. Really good job, everyone. And if your baby's getting too tired of knocking things over, you can move on to just looking at something. You love looking at yourself, don't you? Yeah. Okay, and take your baby off before they lose all their energy. We need to save some of that energy because we're doing tummy time on the floor next, which is a little bit more tricky, more gravity and more strength needed. So let your baby have a rest, and I'll just talk a little bit about tummy time. I'm sure you all know tummy time is really important for building those neck muscles, and it's the first skill that comes before rolling, before anything else. Is just head control, the ability to hold their head up in upright position, in a tummy position, and all the different positions they go in every day. My finger yummy. So lots and lots of babies hate tummy time. That's because they can't see you. It's not really a very bonding thing if it's done on the floor, and it's just difficult, really. It's like somebody putting us in a press up position and telling us to do a press up. It's just difficult. So we need lots and lots of distraction, and I'm sure you know there are many ways to do it. On your chest, rolled up towel, on a wedge. You can make a wedge out of some big sofa cushions like this. Anything that removes a little bit of that gravity makes it much more achievable. And when your child has built up those muscles, even without gravity, then when you add it on later, this exercise will be much easier for your baby. Is that yummy? Right, it's time to do some tummy time. So we're going to go on the floor. If your baby is very young, they can't do this yet, don't worry, you can put a rolled up towel on, you can do it on a wedge, you can do it on your chest, do whatever you feel comfortable with. But if your baby is ready to do it on the floor, then you can follow along with us. So you're going on the floor, we're going to bring those arms out in front, and we're going to put toys right underneath your baby. We're not going to put it here, because this is unrealistic. I think that's going to come off. Your baby is not going to start off with bringing their head up to 90 degrees, so I'm just going to put it here. And at the moment, Akari doesn't know that there's anything in front of her at all. She has no motivation. So I'm going to help her to realise there's a mirror there. I'm going to help you. Wow, who's in the mirror? That's you. And I'm going to let her go again. I'm going to bring the mirror here, and now she knows the mirror is there, and as you can see, she's much more motivated now to bring her head up. Her arms are all over the place, if you can see, doing a little bit of everything. So I'm going to help her come in and prop herself up on her arms. So I'm going to tuck those elbows right underneath and bring that head up. And now you can see her head is up in a much nicer position. And I'm helping her to keep her arms there because it's quite slippery and she's going to slip. It's okay. And we're going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. Give your baby a big round of applause. Amazing. You found that a little bit hard and you're doing really well because you're supposed to be asleep right now. Really good job, everyone. And I think we'll leave tummy time for today because that is a lot in one session. And we're going to do one more exercise, which is sitting. And very similarly to when we were sitting on the sofa doing jelly on a plate, you're going to give your baby a different amount of support depending on whether they're sitting or not. So very young baby who's not really showing any signs of sitting yet, you can hold your baby around their trunk like this. Baby who's learning a little bit of trunk control, you're going to hold them at their shoulders and get them up. Carrie is more interested in the floor than the camera. And a little bit more trunk control, you're going to hold your baby at their arms. And if this is the case, they could be facing you, which is probably a little bit more motivating. All the way to fingers. and let your baby hold you. Don't hold their hands, let them hold you. And if your baby is very, very nearly sitting, a really good thing to do, it sounds horrible, is let them fall. Now let them fall safely, have many, many cushions all over the place, and when they fall, we're just going to make it into a little bit of a game. We're going to say, uh-oh, we're going to stop the activity, stop the toy, stop the singing, say, uh-oh, and then pick them up in sitting, and then start everything all over again. And what that does is it encourages your baby to sit, because at the moment your baby might be thinking, why would I sit and play with that toy and sing when I can just lie and do it? But we want to teach them that sitting is important too. Now that's not to say do that all day, every day. Do it for about 5 minutes a day. That's it. That's all they need. And if your baby is just learning to sit and they have good trunk control, but they're not yet putting their arm out to save themselves, then when they fall to the side, you can help them to put that arm out and lean through it and encourage them, say push, 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 uh-oh, and encourage them to push themselves up through that arm, uh-oh. We are not quite ready for that skill just yet, are we? So with a kari, I'm going to bring my hands all the way down as low as I can. And another thing you can do is hold your baby at their thighs if they've got really good trunk control as well. So you can see I'm letting a kari go. This is okay for babies to let them go, as long as they're okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Just to let them explore and actually work out what happens when they're not engaging their trunk and when they're not putting their hands out. And that is all part of motor planning and basically, basically learning the effects of gravity and what gravity does. We all contract our muscles against gravity all day, every day, and if we're continuously holding our babies in a sitting position, then they'll never learn what gravity does. So hold your baby in whatever position is good for them. This might be at their trunk, it might be a bit lower down. I'm coming quite low down. Akari is a little bit tired as well. And again, in this position, you want really easy toys or no toys at all, especially if it's a brand new skill and your baby is just learning for the first time. Really easy toys or something they can just look at. If you've got one of those rainmakers, you could turn it upside down and let them just watch it. Some babies like screens, and I know I'm a physio and I'm talking about screen, but when your baby is learning something physical, a tiny amount of screen time for 1 or 2 minutes is absolutely fine, and it's our friend in these situations. And if you have your child's favourite toy, they might not be able to play with it because they need a lot of energy to play with that toy. And if your baby's doing really well in one position, you can progress to the next one. So I'm holding a kari low down at her trunk, and I'm going to see if I can progress to holding her at her thighs instead. I don't think I can. If you are, make sure you move things out the way, because I can feel that she's going to fall. And I'm going to put one hand on this thigh. Really good job. Try not to let her lean on you if she falls back. Let her go a little bit, or him, so that she works out gravity. And we're going to go, uh-oh, we're falling, uh-oh, and up. So really try to let your baby know what happens when they fall, obviously gently and safely. And that is what teaches them to sit up in the first place. So we're going to do another activity in sitting before we say goodbye. Now we've got all of those sitting muscles switched on. We're going to turn your baby around to face you. We're going to hold their hands if they can, or if you've got a tiny baby, their upper arms or all the way at their shoulders. And we're going to do row your boat. Last one. You're all doing such a good job. If your baby's anything like a kari, they're probably exhausted now. Ready? And we're going to let your baby go back. Don't let their head drop back. So no head control, then you're going to be holding them here instead. But let them go back as far as they can. You're looking for them to really contract their abs, contract their neck muscles, and bring their head up. I'm going to bring you forwards a bit so people can see you. Ready? We're going to go row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, life is but a dream. Row your boat gently down the stream. If you see dear crocodile, don't forget to scream. Big stretch with the arms. Ah! And last one, this time we're going to go sideways. Rock, rock, rock your boat gently down the shore. If you see a lion there, don't forget to roar. Roar! Well done everyone, you've done such a good job today, really, really, really good work. Let me know in the comments if you have any feedback, if there's any particular exercise that you would like to work on with your child. We're doing this every Friday, but not next week because it's the bank holiday. But every other Friday we'll be doing it, and yeah, let me know any feedback, any comments, any exercises you want to work on. We might be doing a mum and baby workout next time as well. So this will be a workout for the mums with the babies, exercises that you could do together. And if you have older kids with disabilities, then Tuesday, me, Chrissy and Nick, the other physios, are all doing a live physio session, which is Jubilee themed. So royal themed, and it is at, I think it's at 2 o'clock, but check our Facebook and our Instagram for details on Tuesday 31st next week. Otherwise, we will see you in 2 weeks' time. Have a great day everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. Goodbye. Say bye-bye.